Hi, 6th grade cello players. I'm going to give you an overview of some of the trickiest spots in your orchestra music. So far you guys are sounding pretty awesome. So, but just to clarify some things, if you're at home and you want to go above and beyond with some of these pieces. So, I'm going to start with Mozart. Mozart for cello is not a lot of very difficult parts. There are some sections where you're doubling other groups, and so that's nice because there's strength in numbers. But right around 48, it looks a little confusing. You have these repeated eighth notes, and that part's fine. But when you get to measure 52, you have an eighth note with a rest and 3/4 notes. And so each of those things ends up on the beat, so you don't have to worry about counting anything complicated. So if I'm looking at 48, and I see the measure numbers right by the beginning of each measure, I start at measure 51. I have open A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So just like you're playing quarter notes, the whole measure. It's just all about counting carefully and making sure that you do lift bows like that. Now take out Lijiang River Landscape. You have a melody section that I want to go through slowly. And you can play along with the slow version. And that spot is measure 37. One interesting thing about this piece is it uses the pentatonic scale, which only has 5 notes in it. And that's why you aren't using any third fingers or second fingers. You have open A, you have a B, you have a D, you have a G, an E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you repeat a D. So you don't have to worry about second fingers, but it's still a little bit complicated. So let's start right at 37 and try playing all the way through together. 1, 2, 37, go. 2, 3. So when I look at measure 37, and I count 37, next measure is 38, and the next measure is 39, measure 40 is a whole note. I want to look at measure 39, the one that starts on a B, first finger, quarter note. We're going to go very slowly because this is the most complicated measure of this whole section. 1, 2, and ready, play. Again, lots of 4s and 1s, no second fingers or third fingers to think about. Try that same measure. Here we go. Ready? Play. So that's a spot to make sure you feel comfortable with. I'll do 37 one more time before we move on, and this time a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the section for you guys to really sing out in Lijiang River Landscape. So, last piece, let's take out Star Dancer. There's a spot on Star Dancer. I'm just going to throw that music on the floor. Get over there. There's a spot in Star Dancer where you have a shift that you could do. If you don't do the shift, that's totally fine. You can definitely play it without needing to do any sliding. I'm looking at measure 11, where you get to have the melody. It starts normal. Measure 13. Then you have a -4. The negative actually means a slide. You're sliding your fourth finger to be higher than it was before. Your first finger is actually the thing that's most important. Your first finger is going to slide to where your third finger tape is, or the second tape that's on your cello. This cello doesn't have a tape for G and D, doesn't have my normal fourth finger tape, but this first finger, your second finger. So when I do this shift, I'm sliding from here to there. So when I put my fourth finger down like I normally would, it's actually not that note. It's playing open A. Same note as open A. And you may see on this cello that I grabbed from the cello cave over there, we have a tape for that note, A. So if you want to, in measure 13, so it's third line down in your music, you could start fourth finger on your G, slide it, 4, 1. Do that a couple times slow. Ready, 13, here we go. Slide. Then you see that -1, you get to go back. And then you're home free after that. Now, of course, you could play it without doing the shift. Open, 3, 3. Of course, that's why you have to do all the string crossing stuff. And this is something you're going to get to work on more in 7th grade and 8th grade, and as you become more advanced, play all different kinds of notes up and down the cello. So let's start at 11. We'll go pretty slow so you can play along. 1, 2, and measure 11, go. Here it is. Back to normal. The next spot that you should feel comfortable with it is the next time you play, which is measure 20. You have a little bit of a D major scale. And then the accent part. So make sure you feel good, because it's an important part, because cellos are the only ones that come in with 8th notes at that time. And the same spot, which is a slightly different scale, at measure 28. Measure 28, you're starting at an E, and then you're going up a scale there too. So make sure you feel good about that. We'll try it together. Ready, go. Everything else in this piece is recycled information that you've played previously in the music. So I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. You can play along with this to help you with all the most difficult parts of your music. And then I'll do another recording where I play straight through Star Dancer and straight through all the rest of our pieces, so you can play along. So hope that helps you out.